All right, Skylar, what episode are we on?
Episode 14.
Woohoo!
I'm so glad she does that part and not me, because I can never remember. I don't know what day of the week it is, Deb. It could be March 97th. It could be 3rd of February, January, just Wednesday, Monday. I don't know.
Yes.
But hi, it is Friday. It's Casual Friday today. Woohoo! We just decided that here in the office. I'm Randi Driscoll, and I'm happy to be here with you. You know that. Why do I say that? You know that. Because you're on my Facebook page and on my Facebook Live. This is Randy's Damn Facebook Live. This is our 14th episode coming to you for
14 days in a row.
Tired. I know. When I said to Andrew 2 Saturdays ago, I think I want to go live tonight, he was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, I think I want to go live every night. And he was like, And I was like,
Because
no,
even
night.
Jimmy Fallon takes the weekend off.
Jimmy who? No.
Exactly. Jimmy who?
Right. So you guys know, the idea was to reach out to my community, to my friends, and to have a way to check in with one another. And Facebook Live is a great way to do that. It also gives us a chance to reach out to people that I'm thinking about and worried about, and do some shout outs to people and things that I want to mention and recognize. And every night I'm trying to sort of, if I can, highlight something going on in the community or some sort of a charity. So let's see, maybe that's a good place for us to start with our charity tonight, and then I can tell you about the t-shirt later. I'm also digging out lots of old t-shirts, and it's a whole thing. We're trying to fill content. We'll start with our charity tonight, to the nonprofit that we are highlighting today, Skylar Faith. Do you have any kind of
I know, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
okay, here we go. Ooh.
Woo! Second Harvest Food Bank. That's beautiful, Skylar. Their logo is hard. It's not an easy one, and you did a really good job on that. Second Harvest Food Bank.
It really isn't.
It was not, no, but you did a really good job.
It's really hard.
It's a great
It is.
read, and it's 2 hands. You did a really good job.
I gave her extra FaceTime for that.
You did. Well, that's okay. Let me see if I can pull up the, I should have it right here. Do I do? Second Harvest. It is secondharvestmidtn.org. They're a food bank, and they've done so much, especially with the tornadoes that hit Tennessee not very long ago. They have ways that people can do drive-thrus to collect food when needed. They're kind of like drive-through groceries. They also have places where they hand out groceries. But what I've been hearing about is since the since the virus hit, they lost a lot of volunteers because of the close proximity in which their volunteers are working. And you can just imagine, if you know anything about how a food bank operates, that it's like everything else, it's changing the way that things are happening now. So they're actually doing drop-offs of food. They're putting food into people's cars, in the trunks of cars, to keep everyone really safe. They're just being creative. And I went online to see what they needed, because they were doing such a wonderful job, before all of this happened. And now we have a whole new slew of people, not just displaced because of the tornado, but people that now are out of work and finding themselves in need of some groceries, and also children that would normally be getting fed the breakfast and lunch at school. That's not happening right now. So Second Harvest is doing a whole lot. The biggest need right now is monetary. So if you are able to donate something, go ahead to that website. Again, I'm going to put all the links up. I try to put them in the comments every day, but then at the end of the week, which is, I guess, today, tomorrow morning, I'll do a recap of the whole week, and I'll tell you all of the artists, and I'll put their links in, and then I'll try to include all the charities too. So a shout out to Second Harvest tonight. Thanks for doing what you're doing, and if you're able to give, please do. Okay, I like to talk about our day. What did we do today? Oh, just the days are just rolling in, right? They're just rolling in, and we're so grateful that we can be in our home and be with our loved ones. And we know that there are a lot of people that have to leave their house, the essential workers that have to take care of people. A lot of reasons why people are out there on the front lines doing really good things for us, and we appreciate it, and we don't take for granted that we are able to be inside. Schooling, which is one thing we did today, right? It was like I gotta be honest, it was like a light school day. There was some math, there was a little reading, right? Was there, Andrew?
There was a little.
They had a sub. There was a sub today.
Yeah. We put a movie on.
We put a movie on, and that was it. No, she did math. Oh, and then you had an elective this afternoon. What was your elective this afternoon? Tell the fine people. Kelly was the
And what does Kelly do?
She does theater.
Where does she do theater?
In New York.
Yeah, you got it. She's a Broadway actress.
She is.
And she does an acting class with Skylar Faith.
I was thinking that I thought it was, for a second I thought it was Los Angeles.
Well, it could be Los Angeles.
She's done work out there too. Yeah.
That's exactly where Daddy did acting. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
She gets around that
Yeah.
Kelly.
Well, that
Yeah,
didn't
so-
sound right.
So no, she knows what I meant. You do? Please. What? It's Friday. It's Casual Friday. Listen, here's the deal. I had this great idea when this started, and I was thinking, oh, we're homeschooling now. Okay. I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I could sort of reach out to Skylar's aunties and uncles and her godparents and all of our friends and see if they wanted to connect virtually with Skylar Faith. And they all said yes. And fancy that, they all had a little time on their hands. And so she's been so blessed. She's been able to have all of these amazing people do different things. And I was really like, honestly, you could call and you could just talk to her. You know, you could just maybe chat with her for 20 minutes and she'd have a great time. And they all kind of came through in these really amazing ways and came up with these super creative things to do. And I actually have had 2 requests on Facebook to post some pictures so that other people can get some schooling ideas. So I'm going to do that. We're doing we're kind of doing our own thing. Everybody's just making the best of it and doing what they can. And we're really lucky that we have people that reach out to our Skylar. So we appreciate it. Yay! And tomorrow is Saturday. So I guess we're observing it as a day off of school. Yeah, no school tomorrow, Sky. Whoop, whoop. Yep. Okay.
But we'll be still in production.
But we'll still be in production because we're not taking a day off.
No.
Yes, Andrew's arms are thanking me, aren't
Absolutely.
they? I love you, Andrew McGinnis. That's my cameraman. We are a crew of 3 over here. That's Andrew on camera and Skylar Faith, audience of 1. That's right, because that's all that's here. Very high tech. Happy birthday, Jenny Petralia. Woo woo, it's Jenny Petralia's birthday. Yes, happy birthday. I'm just shouting that one out today. Okay, other things I want to tell you. We always say what we're eating for dinner. And so tonight we have Nana's chicken parm in the oven. Nana's not with us anymore, but her recipes live on and on and on. And that includes her sauce, which is a whole thing. There's no recipe. It's really like she left us like an ingredient list that you couldn't really read, so you mostly had to guess. But I watched her make the sauce for so many years that I sort of figured it out. And she just left it on the stove for what seemed like 2 days, and it's great. People say, is it sauce or gravy? I don't know, it's like a combo. And then her chicken parm. I will tell you the secret to her chicken parm, though, which
Whoa,
is really
you're
good.
going to give a secret?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No secret, no.
No, you cannot. No.
I'm giving it. It's the chicken tenders. So she doesn't buy the breast. She buys chicken tenders. And this is coming from the girl that didn't eat meat for like a gazillion years. But she buys tenders. She bought tenders, and so she didn't flatten them. So they're a little thicker and a little juicier. And then you use this, the mozzarella and the Parmesan, and then you make it with love, and boom, there's Nana's parm. So when you smell it, it's time for us to stop the show. Okay, what else do we want to say? Just a little fun thing about. So I miss my students. I have kiddos and adults that come through these walls, and they sing, and they do songwriting, and they play piano, and it's great, and I miss them a lot. And we're trying to find, different ways to do things, virtually. But I noticed that when you work out of your home and you have a lot of people coming through, I tend to keep it, or at least the rooms that they're in, I tend to keep it really, really clean. I try to, because I keep it picked up and that's where they are. And I just looked around the house today and I was like, clearly no one is coming into our house, because it's the exact opposite. Instead of cleaning it because I'm in it, it's a little cuckoo. So are we gonna house clean this weekend? Woo!
No.
No. That was a definite no.
We can, but no.
No. We
Oh,
can, but
look at the timing
no. And
on
on
her.
that note, wow, thanks a lot. Next week we have really amazing guest lineup for you. I'm super excited. And we have something really fun happening on Tuesday. But I don't want to let that out yet, so I will tell you tomorrow. Yeah. Let's check in and see who is here. I watched another online thing today, and they were saying that there's a delay. They were trying to do something online, and they were like, I don't know if this is like 10 minutes ago. So if you just logged on, I didn't. Oh, Mary Beth, we love you too. Mary Beth is doing like a cooking class, which I gotta incorporate. I should have you on. I'm gonna have you on, Mary Beth, and you're gonna cook for us, like a short cooking class here, or that's what we're gonna do. See, that just happened. That was just contact. That was a production meeting right there.
She didn't agree to it, though. She just said hello.
Jen Worth is here. Oh, so many people are here. It's good to see you. Zach is on. Yay! Yay! And see, then I refresh, and it's fresh with me. Okay. Hi, Rod. Chicken parm. So, tonight's t-shirt. I dug this one out, didn't I? Wow, where did I find this? Okay. So this is an old Climb t-shirt. Climb was my first CD that I ever released as a solo artist. It was also my first and only CD released by an honest to goodness record label. It's right there. Maybe you have it. I don't know.
That one right there?
Yeah. What is it if it's not
Who's
platinum or gold? I don't know. That's mommy's guy. What is it if it's not quite gold or platinum or silver? What's less at China? Is it
Pewter.
Pewter?
I don't know.
Anyway, we sold this, so many boxes, like at least 4 boxes of that. But it was a really big. You have a question? Okay, the audience.
Is
Our audience
she raising
has a
her
question.
arm?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of FaceTime tonight.
This
Yes.
is a secret from mommy.
This is a secret for me.
Yes, I need to tell you something.
Wait, no.
But that doesn't
All
work
right,
on camera. Okay, go.
Sure, go ahead.
You can still face her.
Okay, I could still face you while she tells me a secret. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Tell that at the end of the show. I know. Shh, don't give it away. Okay.
Oh.
This is live, by the way. That was my first CD that I did as a solo artist, and it was also the first time and only time I was ever signed to a label. And it was a short-lived experience, but it was wonderful. And I just want to tell the story tonight because my husband hadn't heard this story until a couple weeks ago, which made me think maybe a lot of you don't know this story. It was the thing that happens that when you're a musical artist, or really any kind of an artist, but when you're a musician and you're kind of starting out and you sort of are just wondering if what you put out there anyone's listening to, it was that story where my phone rang one night and it was a record exec from Los Angeles who told me that he had heard my song on a local 91X show featuring local artists in San Diego, and that he pulled the car over and he listened to the song and he wanted to meet with me. And I thought, that's not real, that doesn't happen, that sounds like a movie, but it was real. And he really did put together this beautiful opportunity for me to record my first CD at Studio West with an amazing producer, John Mathias, who I actually remember had a daughter named Skylar, still has a daughter named Skylar. John isn't with us anymore, we miss him, but it was a great time, so many amazing players on that CD. We recorded it, we released it. It was a small label. The label, it didn't live very long, but for me it was still such an amazing experience to be able to record my music and totally do it legit. And I had a lot of great experiences from it. And after that CD ended, I learned a whole lot about publishing and owning the rights to your music and what it meant to, I don't know, just be an independent artist. And since then I've started Dramatique Records, and I sort of self-produce everything. But so anyway, I was getting nostalgic today, Casual Friday. So I thought I'd do this for you. We'll see. It's been a bit. after that. It's really fun to sing these songs. It's so cool to sing these old songs that and I'll change the words when I feel like it because it's my Facebook Live, right? Yeah, what? No, fun. Okay, who's here? Hi, Marissa. Speaking of one of our cool guests that we're going to have on, we have a lot of fun things happening. We have some theme nights coming up. Why? Because we can. And we've got some weeks to fill, it seems like, and that's okay. Hey, someone's at the door. Who is it? I know, right? This is like a bit now.
The digital door.
It's a bit. It's a bit we're doing. It's a bit. Hey, look who's here. It's Jack Van Cleaf.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, sorry, hold on 1 second. There you are.
There we go.
You're not stalling. You're
Get
there.
rid of me. There we go.
Good.
Hi, friend. How are you? So let me introduce you to
Good.
my people out there, all the thousands and thousands of viewers we have. Woo, it's great. Oh, wait, what is that? The tens and tens of... No, actually, there's a lot of people on right now. So some of you know this fine friend of mine. This is Jack Van Cleaf. I know Jack because he's an amazing singer-songwriter, super, super talented. He's also a friend. He is also one of my former students, and he is currently my daughter's ukulele teacher. So
much.
Yeah, that's quite the resume, right?
Best job in the world.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Did you hear that? Woo! Okay, so she's clapping. She's so happy. I know she's so. Skylar gets so excited when the person that calls in is someone she knows. She gets like super. It's like, woo! I know this person.
That's Skylar.
I'm going to check in with you the way I do with everyone, even though I have virtually already checked in with Jack because he already gave Sky a ukulele lesson because we have time to fill. But I'm going to ask you, for those people out there that don't know, where are you right now? Where are you calling us from? And how are things in your neck of the woods?
I am in Nashville as well. I'm currently at my dad's house. I'm lucky that he lives here, and I have a nice place to go to when my apartment gets too stuffy. And pretty much just been either staying in my apartment or coming here to take care of the dogs and get a little fresh air.
Got it.
Yeah, so been pretty much just me and my girlfriend Chloe, who's right here.
Hi,
She
Chloe. Did we get to say hi to Chloe? Hi,
Yeah.
What? It's good to see you. I'm so happy. Well, I'm glad you guys are safe. And I mean, I want to bring this up because you didn't know I was going to bring this up, but I'm gonna. You may not know this, but you, believe this or not, Jack and I are not the same age. I know, that's shocking.
What?
And Jack, Skylar looks genuinely concerned. So that, just a little bit older. But, your generation was kind of getting, you graduated college last year, right? Yeah. So your generation was kind of getting a little bit of grief for not sort of observing this stay-at-home order. And we hear a lot in the news about a lot of the young people. But I remember speaking to you as much as a week and a half ago, and I know that you guys were really on top of it. And so I just want everyone out there to understand that, like, it's always like this. I use the analogy of the couple rotten apples, Most people are really, really sincerely trying to do the right thing. And they're trying to be cool. They really are. And it's a few that aren't. And so I just think it's really important for people to know that that it's not all young people that are just running onto the beaches and doing crazy things. It's a few, and it's unfortunate that it's any, but I just really want to make that. But you've always been like a super old soul, so I could talk about that for it's totally true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, our friends are we make up for it in other ways. We're getting together for kicking off the weekend shot tonight at like 8:00. So on FaceTime.
See? Okay, wait. I have to also. Can I just do one more thing? I have to take credit for. I want you to know that I was the one who was talking to them and was like, "You guys should do a virtual happy hour."
Yes, exactly.
And they were like, "That's such a great idea." To be clear, I don't know if that sounds good.
And Randy, how many do we have every week now?
Just a few. They're adding up.
Yeah.
They're adding up. But I'm just want you to know that I'm the one that told the hip people how to be hipper. Anyway, so you're feeling safe, and I know your dad's house was over kind of not far from where the tornadoes were, so he was spared. But Nashville, got like a double whammy, so we got the tornado and then this. So are you feeling like, how is it from your perspective? Like, are you bummed? Like, what were you doing before this, and how has it affected you? I mean, obviously you're not gigging right now. You're not like riding out to do any of those song competitions you were talking about, or tell us a little bit about that.
Right. Yeah, obviously, I mean, money gets a little tighter. That's a downside. And but I'm feeling really blessed right now, feeling really supported by my family and my friends. And I'm actually learning a lot because since graduating, I've kind of struggled with having a little bit too much time on my hands, I feel like. And all of a sudden, all my friends are in the same boat with me. And I am learning a lot of how to deal with that, and really grateful of like seeing my friends like really gracefully figure out how to deal with just being at home and trying to make that productive. And I'm really thinking like, dang, that's something I wish I had applied a long time ago, and I'm excited to be able to use that.
Look at you, I love that. Well, that's good. Well, so like I said, you are a phenomenal singer-songwriter, and it would mean a lot to us right now if you would play a little something from your dad's kitchen. I would love that so much. And I know everyone watching would love to hear you. So tell us what you're going to play, and let's hear it.
All right, I'm going to play a song from my my college thesis project. It's called Silver Beaver Award. It's about my great-grandfather and my grandfather going camping. They didn't have a great relationship, but they did have in common a love for the outdoors, which, as Randy pointed out to me earlier, we're all kind of getting back in touch with now by doing yoga in our backyards or going on little neighborhood walks when we can fit it in. So, yeah, this is a little bit of an ode to nature, a little bit of an ode to, to making your father-son relationships healthier, if you can relate to that, I guess. But, yeah, this is called Silver Beaver Award, which, by the way, I should explain, is an award that my great-grandfather was awarded by the Boy Scouts of America for leading a troop to California or something. He was very proud of it. It was a very prestigious Boy Scout award, so that's important. Next. All right, here it goes. Boy, there's nothing like the great outdoors, son. A little fresh air can fix anything. Lately I've been wondering what you hate me for. I just want you to be the best you can be. You know I won a Silver Beaver Award, but your Boy Scout flame still gets the best of me. No, we don't talk too much. I'm as approachable as a pointed gun. I'm not trying to hurt you, son. I'm just not any fun. But boy, there's nothing like the great outdoors. It's moon-tinted skies like a big blue dream. Guess you're probably wondering what I hit you for. Sometimes I ask myself the same thing. Do you think I deserve a Silver Beaver Award? Ain't this a hell of a view, almost too true to believe? No, you don't trust me much. I'm unpredictable as a flash flood. I'm not trying to hurt you, son. I'm just not any fun. I hope you understand my blunder love of the land. When you grow up, young man, and I hope you're better for it. 'Cause boy, there's nothing like the great outdoors. We've been coming here since you were born. When I held you, everything became brand new. I tell you, I've been wondering what you hate me for, but I should have been a better father to you. 'Cause I could win 1,000,000 Silver Beaver Awards. It'll never add up to how much I lose. It'll never add up to how much I lose. Well, thanks for listening.
Yes. You're getting some hearts exploding, on like Facebook Live, like blowing up. I like to read the comments. Yeah, me too.
I'm honored to be receiving them myself.
I always like to read some of the comments, like lovely, beautiful, creative subject for a song. That's just bravo. Just so you know, you're getting some love.
Thank you.
So tell them your name, and maybe if somebody wants to tip you out, we always preface it with the fact that we understand a lot of people are hurting right now, and a lot of people don't have just extra income lying around. But sometimes people like to tip artists, or maybe in the future want to tip you out. So where can we find some of your music? Tell us.
Oh, thanks, Randy. You can find my music on Spotify and iTunes and all those streaming platforms just under Jack Van Cleaf. That's VANCLEAF. That song is not out there. It's some older material, but I appreciate anything you want to check out. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to do the 3 questions. I do this every night with the guests. It's the same 3 questions, and I try to just get different people's perspective on it. So here we go. You can be as honest, as deep, and as silly as you want, however you want to take them. So the first one is, what do you feel has been the hardest part of this time that we're in, this social isolation, distancing? What's been the hardest part?
Probably being at my dad's house, and then as it's about to happen tonight, he's about to come home from work because he's a FedEx pilot and he has to work, and they're taking on all the loads from the commercial airlines. Yeah. And I haven't seen him in quite a few days. I've been feeling really grateful that I get to be at his house, and then he comes in, and then I'm like, should I hug you right now, or
smart.
should I wait for you to change clothes, or I don't know.
I'm glad you're thinking about that. That's smart. But yeah, it's just that stuff that seems so normal and so regular, and then it's just not regular anymore.
It's just like, what kind of line do you draw as far as like it's you never want something like this to get in the way of you showing love and affection to the people you care about. Right. So it's tough. It's really
super hard. Yes. Okay, so then the second one, what do you find then has been, if there is one, a silver lining? Something that has been some good that's come out of this. What have you found?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I feel like I'm learning a lot just about using downtime productively in general, but maybe a different one. Probably just feeling better about drinking more.
Chloe's like, what? Hey, listen, she's like, change it. It's we'll fix it in post. We'll edit that out. Don't worry.
I definitely have better answers. Yeah, but, Jack. I mean, that's just like knowing that everyone else is probably having it. And like, it's yeah. I haven't made a margarita from scratch before, and I did that.
And you feel, there you go. That seems, listen, what I want from my guests is honesty, and I feel like, if nothing else, we should be honest with one another right now. So, I mean, one of our chats with our friends next week is we're doing a virtual cocktail making party where we're all making our best cocktail. I'm just saying. I mean, we also do other things like speak fancy languages and learn how to fold scarves. But anyway, okay. And so then the last question would be, what have you learned through all of this? What would you say you've learned? And then you did touch on it a little bit, and I know that in a couple weeks this could all change, and in a couple months it could change, what we've learned. But right now, where you are, what have you learned?
I would say something I was thinking about today was that I have learned that not to take for granted time with my friends and people I care about, and small businesses in the area, and enjoying those with friends, because it's pretty crazy how all of that you can just be put on hold for a while. So
I love it. That's great, and that's a great way to end. Gratitude is important, and we're all learning it even more than we thought we needed to, I think, at this point. Well, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for your wonderful family. I'm so glad that you came into my life years ago and that you've remained a part of it. So please stay safe and do all the things you're doing. Make good choices, and give your dad a virtual hug from us, and tell him thank you for the deliveries, because that's keeping us going right now. Talk about essential workers, a pilot that's delivering things. That's pretty important. So tell him we really appreciate what he's doing. And hugs to everybody there, and we will check in with you again soon, okay, my friend? And I promise you, Skylar will practice her ukulele so she's ready for you next week, okay?
Oh, she's always on top.
All right, good to know. Woo-hoo! All right, thank you, hon. Bye, Chloe. You guys have a great night. Love you guys too.
See you, Jack. Bye.
Bye, Dad.
That's Jack Van Cleaf. You can check him out. He's always been just a beautiful soul, and I'm so glad that he could join us tonight. So we have some great people checking in with us. I'm so happy to see so many friends. Hi, Jason. It's great. This is, obviously these are free, and they will remain free. We put them up on YouTube. Andrew's archived about 1 week's worth, and then he's also going to do, he doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to have him do like a highlight reel. I just thought, you're so good at it. We can do like a highlight reel.
I am so busy, I don't have time.
And no, you're going to do a highlight reel. And Skylar, you have a question? Question?
Is your hand up?
You want me to tell them? Okay, I was really going to save it as like a surprise, but no, I should just really tell them at the very end. Okay, so now suddenly she's gone from the audience of one to the director. So
do I know this secret?
Directors, yeah, you do. It's totally a secret. Anyway, here's a song that I have covered. So a lot of times at the end I'll do something I've never played before, something that's on my mind. It's experimental, right? This entire time is experimental. I have covered this song a lot because the words are so fitting for so many things that I do. And tonight we lost a great, and I know a lot of people are putting this song out there, but it's just great for reminding us that we're all in this together. So yeah, here we go. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things that you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, if there is a load you have to bear, then you can carry on. Right up the road, I'll share your load if you just call me. Lean on me. Come on, sing. When you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I hear ya. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. We're all leaning on each other right now, aren't we? We really are. We really are. It's just community. I'm doing my best to absolutely check in with people and let you know that we care about you. Remember that your vibe attracts your tribe. Skylar Faith wants me to tell you that Tuesday evening we're having a very special Randy's Down Facebook Live. We are doing a kids show for kids, with kids, brought to you by kids. And it just is a coincidence that it happens to be my little niece's birthday. So we'll also be, of course, celebrating that. Parents, obviously, you want to check in too, because, you know, we do cool kid stuff over here. But yeah, it's going to be a really good week. Let's focus on ways that we can reach out to one another and do virtual hugs. Thanks for listening. This has really, really been a wonderful thing to connect with all of you. And I'm so glad that you're there. Stay safe. Thanks to everyone on the front line taking care of everyone else. And have a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Mwah!